Well, welcome everybody to tonight's Get Your Genes On for 2016. I'm Veronica Brereton, and I'm very honoured to be your MC for the evening. I've been working with Nu Skin and PharmaNext for the last 6 years, and in that time I've seen huge improvements both on my inside health and also in the way that I look, so I'm really happy with this, with their products. But tonight, where our focus is on a very new supplement that we launched in the Australian market only in February. So we were lucky enough at the end of last year to have a pre-launch, so some of us have been taking this product and trialling it for over 6 months now and have noticed some great results. But tonight we're very, very fortunate to have Caroline Scott, who has 20 years in the preventative health industry. She's a holistic dietitian and nutritionist. She is a rule breaker. She's not your normal, sort of boring naturopath who you go to and they just sort of talk you through stuff. She's very fun. She's a real science nerd. She's collaborated with government authorities. She's worked at health spas. So doing everything that she can because her passion is to help people improve their health and to live the best life that they can. So it's my great honour to introduce Caroline to the main presentation tonight.
Thank you so much. My goodness, it's always marvellous to see so many faces. It's incredible. So are you doing you're going to do the little button thing, pressing? Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to do a bit of change off from each other, if that's, I hope that's fun for you all at least. So when Veronica first approached me a while back now about not just Nu Skin, but actually introduced me to the product that we're about to talk about this evening, I was very sceptical because I'm naturally very sceptical. In fact, I belong to I think I started the Skeptics Club, treasurer, chairman, vice president, the whole thing. So when people come to me with any kind of supplement, because I've been in this industry for such a long time, you can imagine there's a lot of those supplements going around. And so people often want to tell me, oh, this is the latest, the best, the miracle. And I just kind of look at them and go, oh, get away from me, snake oil. And so when Veronica first approached me, that was my same thing. I was like, oh no, snake oil. And then, I stopped reacting and actually had a look at the bottle and read the ingredients and went, oh, they're a little bit interesting. And so then I went and did what I always do. I'm a little bit geeky like this. I went and did a lot of my own research. So I had a look behind all the ingredients and I had a look at the company that was creating it and the science that had gone into it and the technology. And I have to say, I was a little bit blown away. And this was happening very late at night when I was sitting on my own, so it was a little bit awkward because I couldn't actually share it with anyone, which is always a bit unfortunate, a little bit boring. When I discovered that actually this product had the potential to do exactly what it said it was doing, I really did get a tad bit excited. And then I started reading and meeting the people who'd been using it for a while and getting some amazing results. And you know about those testimonials, and you read them on all your websites, and you go, oh, they're rubbish, someone made them up. Well, I've even got testimonials on my website, and I promise you, no one made them up. Honestly, they're bona fide. And I thought, well, if mine are bona fide, maybe some others are. But when I started actually meeting the people who put up these testimonials, I was just like, wow, that's really convincing. I don't think they're lying to me. I think they're actually getting this effect. So I started to look really seriously into this, and now I'm utterly convinced. I'm so convinced that I think none of you should leave this room without a bottle of this stuff tonight, or at least have it on order somehow or other. And I don't get paid to say that, I promise, because I'm not doing that fantastic in the business yet, but I will be soon. So if we can move on to our first little video, which is talking about aging, because effectively part of what we're going to talk about is aging. So I'll let that play through.
What will your last 10 years look like? Will you be quick enough for a game of tag with your grandchild? Strong enough to embrace every moment?
Just leave it.
Will you grow old with vitality? Or get old with disease? suicide. The average will spend their last 10 years in sickness.
So you love technology. It's awesome, isn't it? Okay, I'm hoping everyone heard the essentials of that. So effectively what we're talking about is aging. And are we aging well? Are we aging really, really poorly? And is there anything actually we can do about that? And the answer is yes, there's a lot that we can do about that. And we want to actually focus on that tonight. And one of the things I want to bring to your attention, because this is what this product that we're talking about this evening, Y-Span, I realise I don't think any of us have mentioned the name of it yet because we're trying to keep it a secret or something. So it's actually called AgeLock Y-Span, and it's utilising an AgeLock technology, which is effectively anti-aging. The biggest thing that this product does is it's a massive anti-inflammatory, and so I want to spend a little bit of time talking about that and its role as an anti-inflammatory, and why we should even be interested in inflammation. Do you want to go back to the previous one and we can just have a quick flick down of the things that, it potentially is a little difficult to read. Would that be true for the people down the back? See, that's because you're not taking Y-Span yet. And when you are, your eyesight will be, it's thoroughly improved. So these are all the areas that this particular product is going to work on in the body. And so it's cellular health, brain health, heart health, metabolic health. So we'll move on to the next slide, which is primarily around inflammation, and I'll explain that and explain why we're not necessarily making claims, but why we can tell you that that's where this product is working. So inflammation itself, just so we've got a brief understanding, inflammation is happening to each and every one of us every single moment of every single day. Inflammation is a bit the same as breathing. So it's part of our body function, part of our body system. So every time we breathe in, we're creating a chemical reaction in our body, and part of that chemical reaction is a breakdown somewhere. So it's not all doom and gloom, because the body's got lots and lots of negative feedback systems that help us to manage that. It only becomes a problem when we're stressing our cells far more rapidly than they can repair themselves. Does that make sense? Shall I say that again? It's only a problem, and particularly with inflammation, it becomes a problem when we're overstressing our cells more rapidly than those cells can actually repair themselves. And when that happens, you've got inflammation. So most of us, I'm sure, understand inflammation, and we would understand it as some heat in the body, perhaps some swelling, some pain. And most of the conditions that are up here, the Alzheimer's, pulmonary disease, arthritis, autoimmune disease, diabetes, cancer, there's a whole host of them, neurological diseases, are all started in this process of inflammation. They don't just randomly fall out of the sky on us. We can dodge them maybe, but that's not possible. So they start at that basic cellular level with inflammation. And because we don't stop the inflammation in any way, because most of us don't know it's going on, it's not giving you a sign until it's actually a problem in the body, and then we progress quite quickly to a disordered state, because most of us don't understand that inflammation is something we need to challenge on a daily basis. And this is really about preventative healthcare. So if we're always thinking, and we're always in that mindset of preventative healthcare, we would always be thinking about something that was anti-inflammatory. Because inflammation or pro-inflammation is about disease state. So anti-inflammatory, therefore, obviously, is against the disease state, and it's all about good health. Does that make sense to people? So the more that we can think about being anti-inflammatory and using anti-inflammatories on a daily basis, the less inflammation we will have, or the more you will be able to prop up your cells so that they can repair themselves better and faster than they're being degraded. It's a bit like a bit of a race. You know how we're all racing to the grave, really? Sorry to be a bit dull, but there it is. Yeah, there's a one-way ticket here, folks. No one's getting out of this alive, yeah? My dad used to say that. He used to think that was really funny. No, I didn't think it was either. Okay. So inflammation is something that we can promote easily by some of our lifestyle choices, and in particular by a lot of our dietary choices. So there are an awful lot of foods that surround us on a daily basis that are inflammatory in their nature. And this is what they do in their body, they create inflammation. And if we're constantly eating those foods, we're going to up the ante on that inflammation. So I always say to people, you need to have an understanding of what those foods are, and then we can circumvent that by putting into your diet a whole bunch of foods that are naturally anti-inflammatory. And here, part of the product here that we're talking about, all of the botanicals, because there's a completely natural product in that, it uses only natural botanicals. So these are things they have sourced in nature from our food. And when I say they, I mean the scientists at Pharmanex, the company that have come up with this product. So they've sourced the nutritionals from our food, and they've put them into a capsule. It's just, I'll talk about the science in a minute because it's really fascinating the way they've done it. It's really interesting. But just to, I wanted to just finish off on inflammation. I want to give you a bit of an example perhaps, and it's really just a bit of a cutesy kind of like gimmicky thing, so don't get too worried about it. But I did bring with me this evening this, oh, I should put that there, should I? To remember where the light is. I did bring with me this evening this rather inflammable substance, and I just want everyone to be careful. I'm thinking about passing it around, but that could be a little bit frightening actually, because this substance I brought with me is one of the most inflammatory substances that you'll come across, but it's really, really useful. And if you look it up on Google, on the net, you can come up with 50 odd different uses for this thing, and it's really quite amazing. You actually want it in your cupboard. Do you know that cupboard under the sink that you have in the kitchen? That cupboard that's got all of those bottles and cleaners, and usually that's where all the poisons sit, you know, all the bleachers and the different Jif and Gumption, all that kind of stuff. Does that make sense? Yeah, no one's nodding until you're awake. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so this is that guy. He needs to be there because it will do so many things. It's quite amazing. It will actually clean the rust of a car engine. Isn't that amazing? And at the same time, it will clean, and I know this for a fact, it will clean all the chalk of your chalkboard. It will take it back to black. Have you ever tried to clean a chalkboard? And you do, and it's always a little bit white. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. I tell you what, you use some of this, and it goes right back to the black. It's brilliant. This will actually, you can use this to rub the grease of your garage floor. Isn't that amazing? It'll actually clean the bowl of your toilet and bring it back to white. I don't know why it wouldn't be white, but you know, bring it back to white. It'll pick on an awful lot of things in your house. If you've got, you know, sometimes we used to have that silver cutlery, and then there's corrosion and stuff on it, and it all looks a bit nasty. Yeah, it'll actually clean that back to perfect silver. You don't have to go and buy those silver polishes. You've got this. Right? It's awesome, isn't it? There are just so many uses for it. It's fantastic. But I will warn you, the one thing you must never, ever, ever, ever do, you would never, ever, ever put this shit in your body. Ever. It is so inflammatory, you would never put that in your body. Seriously. Alright, so that's my little gimmick. That being over. We're going to have a look now at another little video. Surprises, Veronica. This one is about...
This is a testimonial
That's right.
from Graham.
Yeah, this is one of our testimonials about who's been using Y-Span and how it's been helping him.
So we may need that mic near the speaker because these speakers don't seem to be particularly awesome.
Hey, I got the chance to start taking Y-Span a couple of months ago. It's been absolutely amazing. I got to say, for the first 5 weeks, I didn't feel anything. What's going on? And then I just started feeling clearer, better. And what I started noticing is my knees weren't clicking. This wasn't as aches and pains that started coming on, they just were going away. And I was walking around up the farm where it's really steep hills. Suddenly my knees weren't bothering me after an hour or so of walking, things like that, just getting clearer. But I really noticed with Lynn taking it, and she doesn't notice it, but you look when you see it, I reckon she looks younger. It's a physical thing, and I didn't equate it with Y-Span right at first, because I wasn't thinking of making you look younger. I was only thinking of the inside health things. But what I'm noticing, I reckon she looks 5 years younger. How long can you see? But it's amazing. Just an astonishing product. So far ahead of anything else that's out from up.
Oops. Okay.
Thanks, Graham. That's brilliant. Did everyone hear that? You were able to hear that? Okay, so his clicky knees got better. And I'm assuming Lynn is his wife.
That's
He looks
right,
younger.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's actually just take us back to that previous slide. So this, we're looking here at the science of the age lock technology, particularly pertinent to Y-Span, but pertinent to some of their other products as well, but we'll limit it to the Y-Span because that's what we're talking about tonight. So not only is Y-Span an incredible anti-inflammatory, and for that reason alone, I recommend it to my clients and to anyone else who stops long enough for me to talk to them. Yeah, so because it's an anti-inflammatory. But the other reason that I recommend it, and this is the bit where it gets really much more exciting than that, is because this product, and the scientists have been working on this for many, many years, is actually capable of changing our gene expression. And it's capable of changing our gene expression to a point where it can turn things into a more youthful you. But not just into a more youthful you, it can actually help to correct some of the repair that's been going on in our body for years and years and years and years, to bring your gene expression back to where it used to be and where it should be, before it got switched on by all those terrible foods and inflammatory conditions that we had. Yeah? So if we flick forward to the actual gene, that's it. What they spent years doing was actually selecting the ingredients. So all the ingredients that are in here, they spent years selecting the ingredients that were actually going to help to change the expression of what they call our youthful gene clusters. YGC, they call them. That's just jargon, so don't worry about it. But our youthful gene clusters. And it took them years to actually come up with the botanicals that would actually be successful, and that's why it took them so long, because they had to match all of the ingredients together until they got almost like the perfect recipe. And that's why now they've been able to patent that, what we call proprietary blend, which is what's in this bottle. So you read all the ingredients and you go, yes, I see there's alpha lipoic acid, and there's rosemary, and there's omega-3s, and there's vitamin D, and there's CoQ10, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. But they're all in their synergy. Do you know what that means? You know, when you've got something, when you put a whole bunch of things together, and the power of them working together is greater than when they worked individually. So they're more powerful as a cohort. And this is the point. So it took them many, many years to actually create that. And that's what they've put together in this product. So they know, for example, that on a cellular level, because this is where inflammation first starts, you know, all our think about all of your little cells, they've all got a mitochondria, which is your energy. I'm not going to bore any of you with Biochemistry 101, so never fear, we'll get really, really brief. But in our little mitochondria, they're our energy powerhouses. That's where we create all the energy of our body. So if you're someone who goes to the gym, you'll have heard of the expression, our energy molecules are called ATP. Without producing ATP, you'll feel very tired very, very quickly. And every little cell in your body produces this. Every single cell. It's so important. As we age, naturally, our ability to produce ATP falls away. And in fact, not only does our ability to produce ATP fall away as we age, but also our mitochondria. They don't function as well. And that there aren't as many of them. They die off. They don't replicate as successfully. And what this product is able to do is to actually reverse that aging to a point where it increases the amount of mitochondria, and not only does it increase the amount of mitochondria back to where it used to be, but it also increases their optimum functioning. So you've got them pumping out the ATP the way they used to. Isn't that great news? And when you've done that just on one level, so that's helping your energy and vitality and your vigour, but it's also helping in other systems in the body, whether it's in your eyesight, so your eye health, or whether it's in your heart health and in your cardiovascular system, whether it's actually in your brain and your neurological system. So it's helping on every level to reverse the damage that's been done. It's helping to express your genes in a more youthful way. So we're not changing the genes, we need to just be clear on that. I can't decide to suddenly have brown eyes. That would be like changing my genes, can't do that. But what we can do is we can change the gene expression. Does that make sense to people, or do you follow that? Yeah, okay. So moving on. So this is how it took them ages to do this, and then suddenly they found all of the ingredients that match. So, you know, and as I said before, these are all from botanicals, which means they're plant-based, food-based. So they've gone all around the world and sourced the best possible ingredients that they could, whether it be the oily fish, the mackerel and sardines, whether it be the vitamin D, whether it's the rosemary oil that's in there. They've been everywhere to source the best quality that they could. Yeah. And now we have another little a video. Who's this one from this time? I have to.
Heidi.
This is Heidi. Oh, I love this one. This one's brilliant. It's another testimonial from one of the lovely ladies. She's not here with us this evening, but she's usually here. And this is her testimonial on her experience of having been on Y-Span for a little while.
Hi guys, I'm pretty excited. I was taking my kids to their first day at school, which most mothers have done today. But the reason why I'm ultra excited about this is because my kids' school is on a hill, a ridiculous hill, where you've got a million stairs to get from the front all the way down to the classrooms, which is where my kids are. Now normally I avoid actually going into the school because it's just too hard. I've got a dodgy heart and it just gets a bit too hard for me. Today, without even thinking about it, after being on Y-Span for about 3 or 4 months, I took the kids to the school. I traipsed on down to the bottom of the school where their classrooms were. I wasn't puffed. I went to the uniform shop and brought back a bundle of uniforms, which were heavy, and I strode all the way back up the hill to the car park. I wasn't puffed. I wasn't even sweaty. So I am beyond excited because these are things I don't even notice anymore. I don't even notice that I can do them now, but I couldn't do them when school finished last year. So once again, so excited about Y-Span. Anybody with a heart condition or any sort of health problem, asthma, oh my, that's better. Try it. Just give Y-Span a try.
We also have some people in the room who have testimonials about Y-Span.
That's right. We have a beautiful lady. Where are you? There you are. Would you like to come up, Brenda, and just share with us, if you don't mind? I just think it's always great, isn't it, to see someone in person, and you can kind of poke them and go, yeah, I've met them, and they're alive, I know them. Yes, if you'd like to come and share, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. My name's Brenda. I've come over from Christchurch probably about 4 years ago. I used to be a roofing contractor over there, and I've sort of hammered my knees, been on different angles, and in that time I wanted to do the coast to coast, which is very similar to Kaikoura, but in training I just about crawled back to my car one day, couldn't do it. Thought, oh, can't do that. Went to the doctors, he sent me to a specialist, and ended up saying, well, your knees are deteriorated from age and just wear and tear. There's not much we can do. We could clean them out, but there's no guarantee that they can fix them. And so I just carried on. Came over here, still tried to do everything I can do, but just with pain. And met Veronica end of last year, and I started on Y-Span. It's been about 4 or 5 months now. I'm back at the gym, doing squats and everything with weights on my shoulders, everything, and I've got no pain. So I know if anybody's literally got any pain or anything, I'd just say go for it, because I won't stop.
Beautiful. Thanks, Brenda. It's inspiring, isn't it, when people can actually front up and give you their experience. And what do we have coming up next? We have, are we up to this already? Oh, awesome. I love this. So we've actually got a little bit of input from our company over in the States, and it's a great little video. Again, I hope it's going to come through okay with me holding up the mic there to be, so you can hear, could you hear everything else that we're just really, really quiet? That'd be brilliant. So this is Joe Chang, one of our scientists that have been involved in formulating and putting together Y-Span, and this is his thinking around it and some of his thoughts on it. That might just be interesting to share.
This is Nu Skin. This is the place that's created science-based premium anti-aging products for over 30 years. Back when you were wearing neon light-up sneakers. This is aging. This is a lot of aging. Aging is caused by tons of things, like this, and this, and this. This too. Yep. Double yep. Aging happens to the best of us. Luckily for you, Nu Skin has got your back. This is Joe Chang, CSO. Cheers. something or other.
Chief Scientific Officer, actually.
Joe hates aging. Joe and Nu Skin partner with LifeGen Technologies, a genomics company, which is a big sounding word that means they study your genes. This partnership is the perfect testing ground for Nu Skin's newest and most advanced youth-preserving product, AgeLock Youth. AgeLock Youth is for people who have bodies. Do you have a body? Good. It's important. Your body is aging, even if you're a baby.
That's true.
Joe helped combine over 30 years of anti-aging research from LifeGen Technologies, and then he set out to find ways to reset the body's gene expression to a more youthful profile. AgeLock Youth is advanced. How advanced is youth? Get ready for some sciencey words. Youth helps support your body's internal systems that protect you from aging, called your aging defense mechanisms. These deal with genes that are in every cell of your body, and there's around 37 trillion cells in your body.
A product that appears to turn back time, supports aging defense mechanisms, and youthfulness. Even I'm impressed.
Wait, there's more. The blend of AgeLock Youth gene expression ingredients were only considered for the Youth blend if they passed all the AgeLock screening tests. This was Joe's guarantee that Youth was tested against the aging stressors that your environment dishes out. Each of Youth's ingredients were selected based on unique benefits to provide us with remarkable results. How remarkable?
It's freaking amazing.
You tell him, Joe. AgeLock Youth ensures your whole body, cells, brain, metabolism, skin, bones, joints, eyes, physical performance, and immune system will thank you. It means supporting your DNA, your memory and cognition, heart and circulation, both lipid and glucose metabolism, and more. To this day, when customers see our anti-aging gene expression and nutrition science, they know it's backed by more than 30 years of research.
You already say that.
Just hitting it home, Joe. They'll know it's the latest in the science of how your genes express themselves. Not those genes, these genes. So what's next for Nu Skin?
Come on, I can't tell you that.
Well, Joe certainly isn't going anywhere. At 6 a.m., he gets up every day, eats, drinks, breathes, and thinks gene science.
That's true. I guess you could say sort of in my genes.
Good one, Joe.
I like that. Thank you. And they were calling it AgeLock Youth because in America that's the name for it, and here in Australia we had to call it AgeLock Lifespan.